This is Mick Geek and I'm Dan. In the last several weeks, I guess, I have been trying to get some kind of control over my workshop again, and that has focused largely on wheels. Wheels. I want to try to be able to move things around much more easily, to be able to repurpose the space depending on what I'm doing. I do a lot of very different things, and it's became kind of annoying to have things statically fixed. So, wheels. Quite a long time ago, I built this wheeled cart of tools. And it's pretty helpful to be able to move this around the workshop as and where I need it. Then I made this to hold the hoover. Initially, I had this sander on the top, but more recently I've put the chop saw here. This means, as part of my general reorganising, I have the chop saw, the band saw and the pillar drill all next to each other, all of the major dust makers, with the table saw over in this corner as well, all on this side of the room, closest to the big dust extractor. Hopefully, when I get around to it, I can do more ducting of sawdust and all that kind of stuff. This also means that when I need to do longer lengths on this, I can just wheel it out into the room to let me do that, and when I don't, it comes back. I also set this to be the same height as the bandsaw table. That just makes life a little bit easier there and provides additional support when I'm running things through the bandsaw. And in my last big tidy, I made this trolley for random kind of more flat stock offcuts that tucks under this when it needs to, but I can move it around wherever I want. Then recently, I decided to put wheels on my table saw. This I made quite a long time ago. I made the basic structure of it, and I kind of left it in this position. It's been fine, but occasionally when you want to do larger things, the welding table gets in the way, so I figured it would be useful to be able to reposition this where I needed to. I also added some shelf structure on the interior of this, because it's quite a large volume that was previously essentially empty. So now I have a few spaces for just jigs and storage on the end here. And this just means that when I need it, I can move it into a position that's sensible, and when I don't, I can tuck it away. The next challenge is the lathe. Now, I don't really need or want the lathe on wheels permanently, unlike all of the other things. I want to be able to move it when I want to move it, but other than that, I want it to be pretty much firmly on the floor. So I had a plan.
But like a beetle caught in spider's webbing, its form was blurred by a fantastic tangle of... It would have been a difficult thing to miss, because it was all lit up. Lit up for the benefit of our hero. They, Esma and Grappa, were all doing likewise. In their wake, we could see a roiling in the light, like heat waves, as the plumes of clear gas dissolved into space. At first, their movement was aching beauty over the glossy purple-blue rubble plain. We were able to see them only, for we had discussed this eventuality. Density like that of a moderately crowded city, solely on what was produced in
This whole half-lap joint thing seemed like the way to go. Certainly created a strong structure, but it took kind of a long time to make for something that doesn't really need to be that nice. So, next one's going to go faster.
What are you people talking about?
demanded Yule, the same as them.
Maybe they are weirder than you think. Or what?
Jessry cracked the bottom and climbed down and on the houseboat mat of Orb 4. This had an elliptical pool of open water covered with tables. It Stop. We're not discussing it.
Same number of pieces of wood, almost the same number of screws, but I'm just screwing this together. Is it going to be as strong in the long term? Not sure. Is it strong enough? Definitely. They'll do.
I mean, can be super abstract. And if you just look at, like, I want to learn to program, it's the tool that you use. And then together. Take this much time, and it doesn't really add that much. So I think that.
I've mounted 4 of these levers, one on each leg, with just a bolt going through the leg. The theory is that when I want to move the lathe, I take my portable little wheelbases and I roll them into place, like so. Now I made them intentionally made them a little bit smaller than fits this. I didn't need to make them perfectly specifically for the lathe because I want to be able to use them for other things as well. So I just have a little board here to help me pack it out to the right width and the right height. And then if I just do that on that side, and then same on this side, get out with a little bit of plywood to get it to the height I want. 1 and 2. So you see, when it's up on its wheels, it's not super easy to move. It's a little bit fiddly, but it's a lot easier than trying to move it on my own without the wheels. And I say, it's not often I'm going to reposition it, but the ability to do that relatively straightforward without having to commit a load of wheels permanently to this solution, I'm pretty happy. When I'm done, I can take them away. So I think the next thing will be the CNC machine. I kind of want to make a structure such that I can reuse the same wheel caster units to be able to lift it and move it around if I need to. Again, it's not a thing I need to move very often, but it is useful because it's right in the middle of the space. I think it would be kind of handy to be able to move it around if I need to. Thanks for watching. See you next time.